Welcome to another monthly music masterpiece Taylor's version video, aka the video where I paint some sort of painting inspired by Taylor Swift. Hi, my name is Jen and Joe, if you didn't know, and I love Taylor Swift. I hope at this point that is somewhat apparent. But we are here for the fourth video in this series. It is the fourth month of the year, where I paint a painting inspired by a Taylor Swift song that's from a Taylor Swift album. I am currently going in order, so the first month, January, did Debut, then there's Fearless, then there's Speak Now, so that naturally means it's red. If you want to watch those videos before this one, they all should be in one place. They should be in some sort of playlist along with this one. Here is what the initial three look like, and let's send it to VoiceOver Jenna so we can get started on this fourth one. Hey, it's VoiceOver Jenna. I am so excited to get into today's video and today's painting, or I guess this month's painting, because this is a once a month thing. If you're coming from the TikTokies, hopefully there is some sort of timestamp on the screen now to show you where to go past this sketch. But for those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, let's get into this. This month's painting is inspired by State of Grace, Taylor's version, the very first track on Red, and honestly, one of Taylor's most underrated openers. It sets the tone for the entire album with this kind of soaring, aching honesty. There's something raw and like somewhat cinematic about it all, and that's exactly what I was, trying to hopefully channel with making this piece. I was drawn to one lyric in particular: "You learn to live with the pain, Mosaic broken hearts." And for those Taylor Swift superfans out there, I'm sure you probably guessed that at this point, but just needed to say that. That line has stayed with me for years. It's not just poetic, but it's also so visual. The idea of broken hearts being pieced back together into a mosaic felt so beautiful and so human at the same time. Like, yeah, we go through heartbreak and it fractures us, but somehow we keep going and we rebuild. And in that rebuilding, we become something new, maybe even something stronger, or, at least in Taylor Swift's case. So that's definitely the concept behind this painting: a mosaic heart, broken but still whole. I used a wide variety of shades of red, from like a deeper red to a more brighter red, to kind of represent all the different shades of emotions that I feel like are showcased in this album. Like, can you imagine if I painted a blue painting for the Red album? That would be wild. But to me, Red does such a good job at exploring all of those extremes: love, loss, rage, longing, hope. It doesn't stay in one emotional lane. It swerves and it burns, and I just love that. I really wanted to showcase that, even if it was just, in a bunch of different reds and a heart. Opening tracks are often overlooked in my opinion, but they're some of my personal favorites because they do a lot of the heavy lifting. They set the mood, they drop you into the world of the album, and State of Grace does that with such confidence and clarity. It's not shy about being big, it's bold, it's echoey, it's full of edge, just like any early 20s person heartbreak experience ever, I feel. And that's another reason why Red holds such a special place in my heart. It's the album that pulled me in, where I went from liking Taylor's music to connecting with it. Back then, I didn't have the words for what I was feeling, but her music helped me name it. It helped me feel seen, and I know I'm not alone in that. Red is also an album about first real heartbreak, first anger that stings instead of just burns out, first time realizing that love doesn't always end in a fairy tale. But it's also about remembering the good and the bad, the way that even the most painful memories can shimmer when you look back. I think that duality is why it resonates so deeply with me. And this painting, not looking 100% polished, was intentional. I wanted this painting to reflect that tension between beauty and hurt. So instead of making the heart look pretty and perfect and polished, I let it look a little messy. I let it look a little imperfect. Some of the pieces don't 100% line up, some of the shades clash a little bit, and that was somewhat intentional. Another fun fact, I do like to mix my own colors, so I only have white, black, red, blue, and yellow, and then I try to just make it work within that range. And I will admit, it was a little bit difficult to figure out a whole bunch of different reds, but I think we got it. I think the heart of it all works out in the end. There's something somewhat cathartic about working in reds. Red is such a charged color, in my opinion. It can mean literally so many different things: anger, love, passion, danger, power, so much more. Let's go back a little bit and talk about State of Grace a little bit more. I love this song so much. It's huge, it's an echoey anthem, it almost feels like it belongs in like a stadium or at the top of a mountain, yet the lyrics feel so delicate and so internal in a way. Like the lyric, "You learn to live with the pain." That's not dramatic in my opinion. It's not about getting over something, it's about carrying it. And once I got to that realization, it really hit me in a whole different way. I think a lot of people see Red as this heartbreak album, but I see it more of like this coming of age story. Like, yes, there is heartbreak, I can definitely not deny that. But it's also so much about acceptance and growth and nostalgia, and the re-recorded version, it feels even more powerful because Taylor brings that hindsight to the table. I also haven't picked an opening track yet for this series, and it felt right to do that here with State of Grace. She's not in the same place emotionally, but she honors what she felt then, and that is such a delicate balance, and I feel like she pulls it off so incredibly well. I love the original and the Taylor's version. Both are so amazing and beautiful. I remember listening to Red in my car, probably too late at night, letting myself cry in the dark because the lyrics just got it, and then the next track would have me dancing in my seat or screaming along, and that's the beauty of this album. It doesn't apologize for being emotionally full in such a multitude of ways. And to bring it back to the heart, the idea of a mosaic, a broken heart, it's really about choosing to keep loving, even after pain, even when it's hard. You might put those pieces back together and they don't entirely look the same, but they can still make a heart. They still hold space for love, and I think that's what Taylor was trying to get at. Or maybe that's what I'm trying to get at, that Taylor was trying to get. I think you understand what I'm saying. By the end of this painting, I'm happy to say that I am proud of what I created. This painting isn't just about State of Grace, it's about what the song has unlocked for me personally. Of course, that's the whole point of this entire series, is to kind of dive deep into the songs that make me, like from Taylor Swift, because there are so many to pick and choose from. Because that lyric gave me permission to stop chasing closure and to start making peace with pain. To say, okay, this hurt, but look what I made from it. And I love doing that over and over and over and over again. And I love that I have such an amazing example of that as well. And that's something I think Taylor's music has done for so many people, kind of given them a language for their own experiences, given them a soundtrack for healing, and for me, painting alongside these songs has been another way of processing that visually, creatively, and of course emotionally. So this is probably my most personal painting so far in this series, even though it is just a heart, but it feels like my love letter in a way to the Red era. And I guess kind of an ode to the dramatic feelings and the late night drives and the letters I never sent. If you have any thoughts, opinions on this painting, on future paintings, on ideas for what I could or should do for future paintings, I would honestly love to know in the comments. I'm going to send this back to In Real Life Jenna to wrap this video up, but I hope you guys have all enjoyed hearing me blab on and on and on and on for probably, I don't know, 10 minutes. I don't know how long this video is. I hope you guys all have a good day, and if you have the time, I would honestly love to know what your favorite song off of Red Taylor's version is. Let me know in the comments. Alright, I have officially hit my blabbing quota. I will catch you guys in the next one, and let's send it back to In Real Life Jenna. Bye! And this is what the final product looks like. I definitely think it looks better the closer you get to it, but I also like that you can tell that it's a heart all the way back there. If you liked today's video, make sure to give it a like. It definitely helps this channel. And if you have any questions, thoughts, or ideas for what I should do for the next painting, I would love to know in the comments. And just a note, I do make a wide variety of content other than these videos, so make sure to check those out if you're kind of into that. And if you like this space, you like this kind of content, maybe consider subscribing. But I hope you guys all have a good day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!